Aircraft market analysis on 6 different airplanes. We chose 3 different jets and 3 different turboprop airplanes to compare to see the differences in these airplanes. The aircraft are, any one of these aircraft is going to be able to provide our company with the capabilities that we desire. However, there are going to be some significant differences between the 6 different airplanes, and today we're going to look at some of those differences. The aircraft that we're going to compare are the Learjet 75, the Honda Jet H8 420, the Citation M2, and then in the turboprop category, we're going to be comparing the Pilatus PC-12NG, the King Air 250, and the Piper M600. When we look at the prices, you can see that the Learjet is a $13,800,000 airplane, which is significantly more expensive than the other 5 airplanes. The Honda Jet H820 comes in at $4.9. The Citation M2 is $4.7 million. Now the Pilatus is actually a little bit more expensive than some of these jet airplanes at $4.963 $400. So almost $5 million. The King Air 250 is going to be an almost just right around $6.25 million, and the Piper M600 is the cheapest by far, but also has limited capabilities compared to some of these other airplanes at almost $3 million. If we look at the value factors, we'll see that Learjet is a very valuable airplane, scoring almost or more than double the next highest scoring, which is the Pilatus. And then when we look at cabin volume, we see why that Pilatus becomes a very significant airplane for us. So the Learjet, again, is going to be bigger, but that Pilatus PC-12 coming in second at just a few hundred, or not even a few hundred, cubic feet less in the cabin volume. When we look at the range in nautical miles, we see that the Learjet, again, is the highest performing airplane, and this is going to be a trend that we see throughout the rest of these slides. But again, that Pilatus is just underneath of it, about 600 miles less than the Learjet. We look at its maximum cruise speed. This is where, again, that Learjet is very good, but these jets separate themselves from the other airplanes. The turboprop airplanes on the right are going to be a little bit slower, a little bit lower, but again, they're going to provide the necessary means of travel for our company. Available payload almost looks exactly the same. And this is with max fuel. So we're looking not a whole lot of weight here, but as we go across, we can see that with max fuel, the jets are going to carry a little bit more weight. Obviously, we're probably not going to be flying max fuel to all of our destinations, but this is still a good value comparison here, just in case we want to go other places that are outside of our service area with our company. Our long range specific range, so that's nautical miles per pound of fuel. We can see that the jets, again, are going to be a little bit better with the exception of that King Air, which comes in second place. But that Piper M600 is going to burn a lot more fuel per nautical mile in the long range configuration. High speed configuration, you're looking at much the same, except that King Air comes down a little bit more, and our numbers are a little bit more comparable, again, with the exception of that Piper M600, which is going to be burning just a little bit more fuel. Our trip time for a 300 nautical mile trip in the Learjet is going to be significantly lower than the other airplanes. Again, it's just a much faster moving airplane. And then you can see the turboprops, they really kind of lose out in the 300 nautical mile category. And you'll see the same trend in the 1,000 nautical mile category, where again, that Learjet is basically smoking the rest of the show here. It's just flying super fast in that 1,000 nautical mile range, where these turboprops are going to be a little bit slower. You're looking at a little over an hour for the difference there. And if we look at the yearly trip times, we see that the jets are going to be very similar. The Learjet, of course, being the best, and then the turboprops, you're looking at about 200 and almost 25 hours as an average, whereas in the jet airplanes, we're looking at about 175. So something to consider for our company is going to be that trip time. But I hope this presentation gives you a better idea of just how long we're going to be flying in these different jets. And again, based off our last discussion, it's a significant decrease in time spent traveling versus our previous year and what we discovered. So hope this provides enough information for you. If you got any questions, I'll be looking forward to answering them in the comment section. Have a good one. Bye.